Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you're doing well. The bro hawk is a little messy today. Gotten a lot of work done, but yeah, it's the end of the day. Thought you guys would like this story. I think it's important because I think this tells a lot about what's going on in the economy in our country, but we're going to refer to the Baltic Dry Index. And I think this is a really big deal. So I'm going to link the story below, but it's entitled Trucking Boom is Hitting the Brakes as Freight Demand Slows. Now, I want to preface what I'm about to talk about is these are the first signs, okay, when things are starting to slow down. And I'm going to explain later in the video of why I believe it's slowing down. And it's more than just prices spiking and then leveling off, okay? I believe you're seeing the consumer start to change their behavior right now, and what that does after a few months of this and it continually hitting the news wires, we're going to see a downturn. All right, I believe this is going to lead to a deflationary event. So we're going to read through this and then I'm going to talk about it. Okay, it says the strong freight demand that delivered bumper earnings for trucking companies during the pandemic appears to be waning as inflation and sagging consumer sentiment slow an inventory restocking rush that has swamped distribution networks. Now, it's very interesting that they use the term inventory restocking rush. Okay, so companies are less likely right now. They're slowing their reorders. Why? They might be seeing something that many people on Wall Street or many people on Main Street do not see. It says rates on the trucking spot market price are sliding and analysts have started to downgrade companies in the sector as truckers prepare to report first quarter earnings in a market that is signaling growing economic uncertainty. And guys, if you own a trucking company or a trucker right now, this is very important information for you guys to start really mulling over right now. If you are not in the trucking industry, you're an investor, or you want to know what's going on in the economy, extremely important information here. It says the Cass Freight Index measures the measure of domestic shipping demand edged up a bare 0.6% in March from the month before, an unseasonable slowing. Okay, again, in a time where things should be growing, this is not normal for it to be slowing, okay? Slowing of growth at the end of the quarter. It says right here, dry van truckload spot rates, excluding fuel surcharges, are down 37%, okay? Excluding fuel surcharges, because those are right now still in the mix because fuel's exploding in price, right? And since December, and 27% in the past month. Okay, so that is a sharp decline. Even though the prices are still elevated because they were super high, freight rates were super high, it's a sharp decline. Okay, it's almost an instantaneous thing. All right, and I don't think we're going to be able to blame the Russian-Ukraine situation on this, because this is in America. But again, if you're listening to this from another country, this is very important information, because as the U.S. goes, so does the rest of the world, at least for now, okay? Now it says right here, quote, I think it's fair to say that the days of expecting rate increases are pretty much over. And this is from Avery Weiss, a trucking analyst at FTR Transportation Intelligence. It's a question of just how quickly things are going to normalize. The idea that you can just sort of print money is over. All right, now I'm going to stop. Guys, check out the story below. This is what's important. First off, let's talk about the Baltic Dry Index. Baltic Dry Index is an index of, it takes, I believe, 20 shipping routes, and it measures the average price of shipping goods to and from the same 20 shipping routes. Okay, these are big main shipping routes around the world. In 2008, by the financial crisis peak, the Baltic Dry Index had collapsed, all right? Consumers were not spending money like they did while homes were exploding in value, and they were buying up all this stuff, mostly things they didn't need, everything from extra cars, new cars, furniture, all kinds of crazy disposable stuff they were buying because they had that wealth effect, right? Well, by 2008, that Baltic Dry Index had collapsed, and it's a great indicator of the sentiment of the consumer. All right, now what we're seeing is not the dry Baltic Index, and that's really skewed right now because of the inefficiencies of what's going on after the pandemic and the shutdown, and then opening back up, where, you know, China opened up, shoved a bunch of ships at our ports, and we just didn't have the labor and the time to offload it, right? So right now you can't look at Baltic Dry Index. However, I think by end of summer, and mark this down, you're going to see that collapse, okay? But what you're seeing right now is the shipping rates inside the United States, all right? And what I believe you're seeing is a rapid slowdown of the American consumer for two reasons. They're getting afraid. Most people don't even understand that they're afraid. They know something's wrong. And if you got a gut feeling that something's wrong, put it in the comment section below. People need to hear this, that they're not the only ones feeling that, all right? That's why we seek wise counsel in life. But the consumer knows something's wrong, coupled with the facts that fuel and food are exploding in price. They have less money for just stuff. All right, we're going to start seeing that in Amazon earnings. We're going to start seeing it in Walmart earnings, especially with Walmart. What's really neat is you get to separate the earnings between online purchasing or in-store purchasing. In-store tends to be more necessities, whereas online can be other things, right? So you're going to start seeing the breakdown of this over the next few months start coming out. And I believe that you're going to see these freight numbers continue to collapse. If you have a shipping company, start paying attention to this right now, okay? This isn't the time to be going out extravagantly and going big right now, because as inflation gets worse, people are going to buy less, and they're going to stick to the necessities, and they're going to start to be like a turtle and just crawl into their shell and go, something's wrong. I don't know what it is. I can't sort of manifest or put it into words, but something's wrong, and they're going to contract their spending, and that is going to eventually lead to a deflationary crash. All right, I don't know when it's going to happen. Do I believe that we're going to start seeing massive pullouts of the stock market or equity markets, the bond market, things like that in the future by the fall? I do actually think that. Now, none of this is financial advice, trading advice, okay? This is to do with a bro hawk that is not even on point right now, guys, and a dream. Look like baby Huey right now. Anyway, point being is this. I believe that these freight numbers are telling us the future, all right? I do not believe this is a one-off event. I do not believe this is just this month, this little, and then it's going to take off again. Remember, again, this is not normal. Seasonality, your shipping ramps up this time of the year. People are getting their tax returns. They have money in their pockets. They want to go out and spend it on Amazon, online, at their stores. And so stores are restocking. But right now, they're telling you right now, the store's not restocking. Why? Because certain goods are just not selling, okay? I think this is very serious. And so what we want to do is we want to watch next month's numbers. And I believe they're going to be just as bad, if not worse. And then you've really got a heck of a picture. You've got 2 months, month over month, of declining shipping rates because there's not enough shipping activity, which means there's not enough purchasing, right? And that's going on during the hottest time of the year when people are getting ready to get out for summer. They're getting ready, their barbecue's ready, their patio's ready. This should be an exciting time, but it's not, okay? So I want you guys to be thinking about that as we come into next month's numbers, all right? I thank you so much for watching. If you guys haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. If you've been watching the channel, it helps me get the word out to the world. I really appreciate all of you guys. The Economic Ninja is out.